away. You could have got it done in 2, but now you go into what is there.
What was that number?
41 and 4. Historically, 41 and 4 with this 5-man roster of Vitality. They have 41 and 4 on Dust 2.
Well, speaking of 40s, 44 frags for Mattis across the first 2 maps of this series.
He's been great.
If he can keep that up, I think there's a conversation that they can at least, be competitive here on the strongest map for Vitality.
I think a key for me has been Sampaius with some confidence in some of these.
That wants to be disruptive here. Flash back into lower, trying to threaten and back away with his life. Pistols, another thing that's been going G2's way. Wow, that's a big headshot from Gooshed his nerds.
That's not a fake one this time. Not like Mirage.
Yeah.
So the smoke and 2 flashes, they've been able to force them back from the mid doors, off of short. Rob's still in upper tunnels. This is 2-man setup being highlighted by the ops team right now. You've got Tac tucked in. Have you got back a Plat? I suppose.
Perfect timing on the click.
Yeah, it's nice to just spam through a short smoke with a USP and get a free kill onto ZywOo, no less. So man advantage for G2. Flash out mid and away we go.
Could this really be the 4th pistol in the series for G2? Smoke CT, split this to 2-man setup.
Eyes on Apex Flash.
Oh, Tac tested. Heavy got unable to click either. Tac down, and the B-side collapses.
Well done.
Very nice entry. He spots all 3. Apex gets the info on the remaining CTs.
Send 1 man out to go do
a kit for this.
And the rest just go the opposite direction.
Trying to breach the site. Mezzy will be that first contact point, and then you'll have the tunnels player activate. Robs can react, and it's actually already Apex and Robs combining to deter the retake attempt.
Okay, nice round. Even after that casualty, ZywOo goes down for free, but they still convert the 4v5, so that's the second pistol Vitality in the series so far. And now it might just be an eco out of G2. They say that as the investments start to take shape, there's a scout in the mix. At least there was. Things are being juggled around at the moment, but yeah, Apex just lingers there on the mid to B. He's got the flash to set his players up for the split. Wasn't really the key point of that. It was the CT setup having to move. But Mezzy trying to bring the energy. There you go. There's a Hey Future Pros that is from this century. The last one, if you caught it before we go back in, a jump throw bind. Those are they're a thing of the past, everybody.
Yes, sir.
So with all this position changing, the setup if Hunter was here would be Mattis long, Hunter is the A rotating rifler, Sampaius obviously the AWPer, and then your B duo would be Heavy God as your main B anchor, and then Nerds as the rotating rifler for B. We'll see if that's what they go with. We haven't seen them play this map so far in Rio.
They do Molly Goose. Mattis brought low, brought down by ZywOo's Galil. Tac's flames will finish what the scout started of Sampaius. Tac and Sampaius' whereabouts are noted. It's Nerds that's the unknown entity.
It's alright, they're taking the bomb B. They dealt with Heavy God and they've rerouted completely. Apex has the rotation and that should be round.
Actually playing smart.
Now it's just about what gets saved for G2 if anything.
They used to beating everyone. Now they have to play smart. That's insane. Go Vitality! Come on, ZywOo.
You see them still looking for Nerds, making sure that nobody else resides on the side, but now that's been completely cleared. It is just to look for damage on the way out the door. So 2-0 start for Vitality. This is their best start to a map yet in the series.
Right.
That was going to go 25-1.
I think that their comeback and clawback of Inferno probably filled them with a lot of confidence.
I think it's one of those keys with Vitality throughout last year, and let's almost go back exactly a year. Think about Melbourne and the type of rounds that they would be winning in a tournament like that.
Yep.
This is what we had come to expect with Vitality, but it's just been so dominant recently that they haven't needed to dig that deep to pull out those type of rounds to get them the map victories. So to see it happen, it's not unusual. It's just unusual in the last stretch of dominance that's been on display. It's felt like nobody's been able to touch these guys as everyone's in flux, playing musical chairs, trying to find the secret source.
Yeah, this is cool. You actually watch it.
So they have the saves from the Force carried through, as well as a MAC-10 in the mix. So Still going to give themselves a decent chance in this one, G2. Let's see if they want to be a little bit more aggressive, right? If they want to try and force the issue, they want to push into lower time.
Mattis, he's going to get early answers there by pathing through the smoke.
And he's clearing blue bin.
Yeah, he's dead.
So he knows Flamesy pieced out.
He's dead.
Fight for tack incoming. Forward position, he's done very well. Removes Robs. Removes an AK-47. And Sampire surveying the top of middle, escorting Nerds' 5-7 for an aggressive push of his own. The Heavy God's B-side, though, it's been, a test for him, and he's handled it well. Tack another one, pushes forward, he's taken Robs and ZywOo down, started with just a MAC-10, leaves with a double kill, and now Vitality left wanting. Tack for number 3, caught by Apex through the smoke.
Nice.
That's at least the upgrade in the bomb.
Oh, Nerds is on the same flank again. They're actually going to play back to Nerds.
He might not get this,
Oh, and he hears them coming. Spotted on the jump by Flamesy. Messy for the 5-7. Really uncomfortable fight for Nerds.
That's a man who plays a lot of Dust to Deathmatch.
Yes.
You know, that's just habitual right there. I'm sure that jump spot is just for that spawn. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Look at 30 seconds.
The bomb got across long, so that's going to pull Sampire off. Gives Flamesy the chance to try and catch this timing on the flank.
Apex has to let Flamesy go first.
Yeah, but look at the time.
It's a bad smoke.
Oh, and he's going to lose the bomb.
That's got to be the round.
Unless, quick one. Oh, turns around and nails it.
Flamesy, what the fuck?
Okay, well done to Tack.
Yeah, fair play. That's the most impactful round we've seen from him in the series.
Multi-kill on the MAC-10.
On a low buy, you bring the fight to Vitality, and Apex is unloading.
Yeah, well, it is surprising that there hasn't been any real argy-bargy back. I thought Nerds might kick it off with that again now after a round like this, because it was pretty successful on map number 1, because Apex was goaded into it, and understandably so. You should have the confidence.
We can't, let's fucking refrag it this round. That's why we fucking struggle right now. We make a call, we're not fucking together, guys. So let's fucking step up.
Normally when he gives those type of, the players are accountable, and it doesn't feel like they're just being berated, right? Apex, when people at home see it, yeah, okay, it might not sit very well with them, but the team usually responds very well.
Yeah.
They know who their captain is, and they know how he expresses himself.
And I just think, a lot of the time, what he's pointing out is the facts. The fact that they were even in that scenario, they really shouldn't be happening, not playing off of one another. Maybe a little bit too much individual confidence with some of those duels.
7 on the opposite is a scout, come on.
So as part of their force buy back, they are just allowing all the protocol utility of G2 as they do have basic map control. Robs in upper tunnels, Flamesy down towards Xbox.
Bro, this is Vitality's best map.
This is looking likely to be one of these B splits again.
Wow, he's held onto his smoke for the longest time. Fair play. That's the first block smoke of the B duo.
Nerds has a full belt as well, so it's even scarier to get through right now. They do need to shut this down, though. Look at the rotation. It's still very centric towards A. Tack cheating towards CT spawn now. Tack has a HE to break this, but a little bit too early.
Pushing through would be a death sentence. Or not. Back's turned, back's away. Flamesy advancing. Pressure applied to the Heavy God Nerds duo. Heavy God in the corner. Mantle over. He's got backs turned. Trade is quick and swift from Flamesy. High impact on his Galil this round. Tag on the cross. Robs does get the bomb across, and that should signify the third round for Vitality. So a quick response. G2 getting themselves on the board, and then Vitality quickly put them back down.
Yes, this is gonna be.
Sampire could drop something into the next. Heavy God to be able to buy himself. Or Sampire could upgrade into an AWP. And maybe they can make some type of drops happen. Heavy God could operate with an MP7 or an MP9 on B.
Don't give him KD.
I think one of the details there, and I might be off. I wasn't looking at the PJ, but I don't know what everyone else saw, so maybe you can help me. I was looking only at the CSTV. But Sampire's through what I think was second HE for the break. And I don't know. It definitely missed. It bounced all the way back, so it's hit something, but that could have been a difference maker to deal with the split. Sampire's normally very good with the utility.
Especially when it's Flamesy that was the one going through the split, and he found a double entry. You see it again in the replay. Here he comes through the window. Perfectly catches Nerds, distracted.
2 players not looking at you. Thank you very much. The Counter-Strike player's dream.
Yeah. And he goes from that into a MAC-10.
Not only are they
Is that because he's got a spawn? He's got a B.
Yeah, so they don't have an eco up against, right? They knew that there were saves, so they I've been doing a lot of this with the Mac 10 in the last couple of days on Flamesy. Control guarded. Mandis will get that control, supported by his team. Flames and Robs have had no issues getting lower tunnels access, so mid-door smoke lined up. Should see them now mantle up and play for short space next. Then the man without head armor on the other side is Nerds.
Flash, moving. Got a molly.
Still has the run and gun potential, right? Control the crosshair. Mid-door smoke replenished.
Wait, what is that smoke for? I'm guessing it's not for this.
That will allow Nerds to reverse over towards the A side if you like. You're gonna hang around the mid doors to try and keep them
holding for it.
boxed in for now.
Line that up. Good.
Another block smoke doors.
Alright, Zywoo, time to shine.
That was an audible underhand.
Need your wall bangs, daddy.
Considered going for the clear, but called it off. Just the round change. At least from Apex's perspective, 35 seconds to find a finish.
This is tense.
Lurk smoke from Robs lined up.
Pressure mid. The whole squad are out here, so it looks like it is going to be once again this mid-B split. Heavy got it hanging around the lurk smoke. Is he going to be exposed here? Strafing on in for space. Flamesy not even considering Carl. Heavy God.
Oh my God.
Mac 10. Parting from Flamesy. You see that just completely negating the car position, swinging in for the big box. Makes life really difficult for Heavy God and Nerds.
That'll be another save as Sampaius is going to try his luck. Tak might want to swing into this for the fight.
Nice.
So he'll get himself something. We've seen them go mid to B in what? At least three rounds? At least three. The pistol round being one where they were down. So, yeah, a lot of mid to B play in the early stages, doing some conditioning. Another save as the loss bonus continues to build.
You can do muzzle.
Make sure there'll be a 2400 projection again. Sampaius can drop, Tak can drop. They can buy again. And I suspect we might get a sore timeout.
I suspect Vitality is gonna win like 13-7.
I'm curious. I would like to. There's the sore timeout. I'd like to know if after map 1 loss, if someone said, "Yo, Apex, let's just not yell back at Nerds," or he decided himself.
He probably.
Yeah,
because that's not worth the energy.
I am curious.
He decided himself. You just want to beat them in the game, serve mental.
Because Mirage had a very different energy.
Yes. It felt a bit more jovial.
Yes.
And now it's a whole lot more tense.
Zywo was discussing his plans with his AWP.
Yeah, he's about to...
Maybe you're going to get boosted up, try and hit someone on the cross. It is the Zywo mini game. He's very proficient.
I like the fact they gave themselves the 30 seconds there, G2, because they've decided to keep the scout, but Sampaius still upgrades.
Right.
So Heavy God gets that, and that's fine. He can use that back plat. It's not the best. It's also not the worst.
Come on, Zywo. Oh, he didn't go for the flick.
2 across, counting the numbers. The HE obscuring, though, may not have been relayed.
Safe long take there as well from G2. They waited for a second time. He waited on the corner, allowed the smoke to plume, then went with the flash. So they have the basic map control on the CT side. But because you've lost to so many mid to Bs, you either want to play ahead to unravel the default, right? You want to be jarring, get a pick or two so they can't execute that mid to B, or you need to start doing those gambles we see, right? Where there's 3 players over that side of the map to try and contend.
Yeah, Sampaius is probably dead if he peeks that. Oh my God.
Apex is so lucky to be alive.
Ooh, damn, yeah, but Zywo finds the lethality that Sampaius could with his AWP. Not far off on the smoke aggress. Nearly caught Nerds completely through the smoke.
Yep.
Sampaius dead means AWP down means, hey, let's turn this into an A split.
Yeah, right. You know, there's not going to be any of that car AWP angle to be concerned about.
Oh, maybe there is. Nerds has been able to pick that up and find himself on the side. So an educated guess could see you walking into the Nerds AWP. I still think it's the right call. Just look at the util left side of your screen. Right? You can do all the smokes, the fly. Like they're in a really strong position for a tidy execute. Mattis long push.
Yeah, he's going for it.
There, Apex.
Booked. Now Mattis can turn immediately to worry about this A take. And there's the Nerd Sorb. You weren't expecting that. Picks it up off of Sunpius' corpse and plies his trade very well. Heavy God's rotated off.
Oh, no.
Wait, boys.
At least got an M4.
Okay, head to head. You have to win this duel, and he's done so. Catches ZywOo ahead of the smoke on the peak. Now the HEs are put to good use. Still though exposed. They go down to one. Rob's spamming the smoke, looking for number 2.
Robs lives. The bomb can get planted at least.
It's going down.
They actually planted a bomb.
Rob's got to play his life here. But he knows they can see over the top of the smoke, so he's got to play this really careful. Nerds nails it. He's put that orb to such good use.
1v3. Can he do it? Merryman.
1 versus 3
Come
for
on,
Mezzi.
Merryman.
That does seem
24 HP.
impossible.
Good luck.
They'd have to really mess this one up. Flashbang likely, or just using numbers. Mezzi down immediately. Yeah. What an impact round from Nerds that one is.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those now, hasn't he? Maybe not in this map, but in the series so far. So a triple from him. And right there, as soon as Apex goes down, his call is play, we have to go, right? And also, if you're thinking about it from the perspective of an A execute, if the long player's not there, it makes sense. But because there's the emergency feeling of, we have to go, you're a bit more rushed, right? The flashes aren't really there. It's not as connected as it should be. And I think Xtat's response shows exactly how the team's probably feeling. An AWP can be dropped for ZywOo. He can get it back out. It's going to be a Galil again for Robs and AKs for the rest. Lose another one of those. Money broken. G2 can tie things up. ZywOo using the long spawn.
Oh, peaks to perfection.
Yeah.
So does Sunpius over the flames. He's gone very well to find the headshot.
Like the confidence.
Not just
running up the guts of mid and put an Apex in the dirt.
You have to retake long.
And you will attempt to. Tack hears this. He knows there's multiple bodies. Molly Bluebin on the second flash goes swinging, and Mezzi forced to extinguish just to preserve his life. Flamesy trying to bail out Mr. Merryman.
Merryman.
Head-to-head duel for Tack. He doesn't have to commit to this fight. Forces them wide. Sunpius good for it. G2 looking to make this just a one-round game with this one-man advantage. Heavy God's sight very vulnerable. He hasn't got any help anywhere nearby, and that's why Robs is starting to search.
Flamesy's just throwing out mid to be as well.
It's meant to be.
God, they got their work cut out for them if Heavy God goes down, but he's in a power position. You'd expect him to be able to get one here.
Yeah, Flames is here for the trade. Or does he go first?
No flash.
Knowing Flamesy, he is going to go first. Clearing every possibility. Your back is turned, and a double from Heavy God. Round done.
I think you should be saving this one, ZywOo.
Shut up.
He really wanted to have a go.
Yeah, well, look, if he was in the thick of things and he's already in the side and the trade comes in, you might have a chance in that one. But right now, backing off towards spawn and on screen, Tack is actually taking away a lot of space. Absolute worst case scenario right now is ZywOo goes down after time and loses everything. They will have to take Eco into the next round. Only 1900 coming through.
I like this from Tack. Oh, gets spotted. That does kind of put a dampener on it.
And they haven't all started just sprinting towards ZywOo, so I think they're just going to allow him to keep this AWP.
I think if he didn't get jump spotted there, he's just going to keep walking. He'd hear him and could very well have killed him after time. So nice attempt, but not overcooking.
We're looking at the goat.
Okay, so it is just the AWP. You have about 2.5k on everybody else, and a really nice round here from Sunpius.
Damn, what a shot.
I love the decision tree of Utah. That's a great example of like all the thought process there along. The first flash comes in, they hear the steps. Okay, let's have a second flash. Well, Molly Bluebin. Get a second flash to come through. Mezzi on the extinguish. You know, you're seeing the thought process of both these teams, and they're keeping up the aggression. Look at this.
Wow. ZywOo up. He nearly catches the booster.
Damn. No, they're backing out like me.
They actually did invest a little bit here, right? So obviously, loss bonus very slim, but they didn't want the AWP just to come in on its own. So that decent amount of util to work with. There is a plan, and that's nice. But now there's an opening kill.
That's not nice.
This becomes even more threatening.
Yeah, he's got this.
2. Mattis and Tack on the fade of this smokes. I was hoping to catch you on your retreat.
Skibidi.
It's Nerds on the AWP. It's worked for him once.
He's the only one on A.
Yeah, is Flamesy going to try and go through that smoke? It looks like they will off the flashes. Nerds fires off the shot, informs Vitality's T side, and a couple of missed opportunities now that sets up Rops. He'll catch attack on the clear. Wow, considering what they came into this round with, the fact that the bomb is down with a man advantage, this already is impressive.
Another smoke on Apex as well.
It's going to force their post plan to make it a bit more awkward with the incendiary down.
Re-smoke, sure. I think that secures the round. You have to save now.
Well, this matters.
Hail Mary sprays.
That was an opportunity to get to tie up the game right there. They're looking to inflict a little bit of damage, but the fact that you've just won this essentially on an eco with a saved AWP as ZywOo takes another one with him. Very well done there. Vitality 5-3. All right, well, you make it as costly as possible in victory right there. But they will be able to rebuy. Rops can drop an AWP for ZywOo. So we could drop the AK and give him the nades. This is the opener. Sees the smoke, goes, oh, I think I have a pretty good idea of what this is all about. Oh, okay, they're not actually running the ZywOo warp. So let's see if there's a set piece. They have very good long spawns right now. Maybe they're just all in long.
Ooh, baby, it might be.
ZywOo gets to lurk. That's unusual.
Pius is starting solo long with the AWP.
He should be blind.
Could be, yeah, really difficult. So the long space is given up. Pius will retreat, try and break the smoke and catch something.
That's rapid into pit from Apex.
Wow, and even the bullets going through, connecting onto
money.
Yeah, Apex smoke, beeline that.
Oh, Mattis hoping for that block smoke. Oh, caught by the spray regardless.
Sprayed down. That's insane.
Heavy got to activate. ZywOo's ready to punish this. Heavy got ZywOo head dead. You don't get these all the time.
Apex was just looking at ZywOo's screen as well.
He thinks twice about continuing the push, so good restraint. A win for Mezzi versus TAC.
And now ZywOo can activate.
So the
restraint Heavy God has with his smokes on this B side. I'm doing it again.
I wish if we get to see ZywOo take down Heavy God, or even get killed by Heavy God, what the reaction would be from Pius alongside of Nerds. They go, okay, well, if ZywOo's in upper tunnels, it can't possibly be long, can it?
Right. ZywOo's put his Rops mask on.
Yeah, no, look, it was definitely spawn-based, but that's the nameplate Counter-Strike, how it can play in. This is just a round that's been called by Vitality, virtue of spawns, but how the choices can be made on the other side based off of that. Now, they should be set to take this round. You can see that they've hedged for a B finish, G2. So this will secure at least 50% of the rounds in the first half in favor of Vitality. Just worry about how much ZywOo is going to take away on this lurk. It's only 1900 loss for G2 going into the next round to play.
I don't know, I feel like he might die.
And running out of chances very quickly. So this is another one of those situations where you hope Vitality are kind. It's not looking that way with the dots on the radar starting to gravitate towards them.
But Nerds is going to be the beacon. He's the canary in the coal mine. And the canary's got hands, gets two, denies the hunt. He burrowed into that position long ago, and it seems to have done enough. Oh, I spoke way too soon.
I actually think...
I
actually think in that situation, someone's probably gone, boys, our money's actually not that good. We can't lose everything here. And they've gone, well, but if we run back, we didn't get away from the bomb. So they were in somewhat of a limbo period right there because sure, they were going to be able to buy, but their finances, it's not like they're all sitting there with extra 6K. We're talking just enough.
Yeah, unlike G2, who are going to be able to juggle it out around as well.
I think something a little bit more out of the box here for G2 as opposed to just the standard. I understand they tried that boost and they were punished for it, but when you have a player like Mattis who's anchoring long, he actually has been able to get given an M4 because he just bought him with the Famas, so they have been able to piece this together again. A nice timeout, a good opportunity to really discuss the finances and the approach into this one.
Flamesy pulls out a mag.
And ZywOo has the AWP, but he has the absolute worst spawn to go for long pick or even mid in that regard, so he won't even try his luck. Starting 4 strong A, G2. Too short, too long, AWP floating around middle.
We're not getting any Zywoo's mid.
So if there was a B pomp or B play that was early, that would be catastrophic for the defense, but they are gambling.
Yeah, just like every CSG player. Don't do it. Don't do it, sometimes you're gonna die.
No, it's always around these mid doors, always around the smokes, looking to just be a real nuisance.
Yeah, he's gonna make his play.
I think Flamesy is kind of
Flamesy down, Nerds his forward position works out.
What happened there?
What happened there?
Oh, even
Tech
worse.
issue?
I don't know, he started to push himself back from the desk immediately.
Oh,
Robs, 2 back, round still on.
It's still on.
Still on. Skibidi.
Robs with a good amount of info coming off the back of this.
We're doing the mid split.
Oh, he made a sound cue, didn't want to do that. Heavy God.
Mid to A.
Ear pressed to the wall on the B ramp, still concerned about the gap on B.
Is Mezzi ready for the short regress?
He's going to dip under up. Natis could catch Mezzi here, completely book him if he jumps up, catches his back turn.
Oh no!
Sound cue fumbles the movement.
20 seconds.
Heavy God is in such a good position. I don't think they're going to clear this. It's Ross though. Oh, quick trade from Mezzi. He's got to try and play for the clutch. Can he get in the window in time? Mattis and some Piers.
Molly.
Come on.
Got smoke, Molly. You're right. If he can block time, not going
He's gonna
to.
clutch, I believe. Smokes that off.
He hears them. Playing for the one tap. Nails it first. Spots the shoulder. Pull it across the line.
Oh my God, Merriman.
5 points of damage. The difference.
So close.
They made that incredibly competitive considering they had -1 player.
Yeah, that was tough, right? We could see from Zywo's perspective, as soon as the short push came in, something went wrong. He pushed himself back from the desk. This was the opener. There was nothing that could be done about that for the trade, but the fact to get a claw back, you think Zywo should be getting that. So he's just floating off into space there as I imagine.
Lower. And mid.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good restraint, didn't?
I mean, yeah,
Wasn't spewing.
that's the kind of moment where you do let your emotions to get the better of you. Not at all. Composed.
Yeah, so fortunate, I would say, for G2 in that one. This is going to keep the game alive because the money, again, remember Vitality went for the hunt. They kept 1 player alive. They're really struggling in the financial department there, and because of their winning ways, well, actually, just because of the streak of rounds in this game, no team, we haven't had massive runs where a team has had max loss bonus in play. So it's been a lot of this back and forth. So that is extremely frustrating if you're Vitality. Right now, we are in a tech timeout, everybody, so the players are not able to communicate with one another. And we hope to get this one back underway ASAP. There is a B-Stream game that could keep you busy for the interim Red Canids versus Gentlemates. That is reaching its conclusion shortly by the looks of things. That one going all 3 maps, and that is an elimination game. Coming up after that, you are going to have Liquid versus 3D Max, Passion UA, and Hottie versus Legacy. Those are the 4 elimination games for today. After this one, we've got Spirit Falcons, and you've seen the camera shots, right? You've seen the Falcons players in the background. They're the Spirit players too. After that, Fury and RV, and then Aurora Mouse to round out your Tuesday.
I was monitor. Something's wrong with the monitor. Oh, no wonder he faced out. Maybe something was wrong.
But the top 8 that I've just mentioned there, or at least the 8 who are playing in the upper bracket semi-finals today, that could be a playoff bracket.
Could.
Obviously, we're missing Foot, we're missing Paravision, the Mongols aren't here, the same as Astralis. Those are names who definitely would spice things up. But with the way that the VRS has chopped and changed recently off the back of PGL Bucharest, it's changed the complexion of the VRS a little bit, to say the least. We'll see what it looks like after this one's concluded. But Foot find themselves 3rd. I think there's something 6 Na'Vi Academy players in the top 3 of the VRS at the moment, which is pretty crazy, right? You've got yourself 4 of Foot, and then you've got Bit and Makazi. Obviously, Bit's going way back.
It is a rollback, yeah. Who would you say? What would you say is the other than this game? Which one are you most looking forward to today on our stream?
This has been a fun. Na'Vi Furia.
Yeah.
Na'Vi Furia for 2 reasons. I think that those 2 teams are my plus Paravision. Those are the 3 squads which I think they have chances against Vitality.
Yeah.
We'll see what new Falcons looks like with Karrigan once we get there.
Interesting that Paravision's in that conversation. What convinced you there?
Just think that they have a strong fundamental base and they're annoying to play against.
Yeah, right.
So the problem is they need to continue to develop their game. I think what they brought into last year and now into the early stages of this one, I don't want to say it's stale, but teams are now getting more and more used to it because they're losing to it, and Paravision keep making deep runs in tournaments. So you're having to acclimatize yourself with that approach because you were used to it back when it was Outsiders VP, right? But now it's...
I'm trying to see the thumbnail.
How long have those had?
Falcon Spirit. Oh, even better. Roro Miles. Okay, this matchups are actually insane.
Now it's kind of come back around. It's like fashion.
Everything's cyclical.
It's just one of those styles as well where players can get, I know this sounds ridiculous, but bored because they will have some rounds that are really slow. They obviously throw in a bit more pace.
They do.
It's not just a slow style, but yeah, we know how fidgety players can be. But all good in the hood. Apex is back in the server. It's the buy starting to take shape.
A bit of a gift for G2 in a third and deciding map with such high stakes as well. I mean, you talked about it during Inferno that lower bracket will have the loser of Spirit Falcons.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Obviously for G2, you've got Vitality on, let's say, an off day, at least in recent history. I'm not saying you're not playing good CS, you are. You're playing great. I'm loving the moves that have been going on with this team, but
he didn't hit that.
you've taken advantage of that, and understandably so. Curiously, Vitality have gone for the Force in this.
Damn.
Ooh, it's not pretty.
Yeah, quite a collection of weapons between both sides. Look at this upper push early, flashed in. Nerds wins out the fight. Ergner onto Rops. His woes continue.
That's really naughty. You haven't done that all game. They go for a force buy and he's actually just gone for an early push. Heavy damage onto Mr. God.
Yeah, nice time to pull it in as well, coming off the back of that tech. So when everything's iced out, you kind of set the tone.
Get an early kill. But Vitality at a disadvantage, well, as a further disadvantage. So they've cleared closed doors with the flash. Some bias to blog short at about that 55-second mark.
Galil.
Last time they tried the AXQ was rushed because of the Mattis long push.
Yeah, this time Mezzi's holding for that. And will be going for his own late arrival.
Heavy got a Nerds both playing for mid to B. There's a lot of that in the early stages of this half. Flash.
Some bias spots, just one. Ooh, free peek.
Hit that.
Flamesy puts him down. Nice find on the Galil.
Follow through.
Here comes the follow through. Mattis attention drawn. That kill has pulled them off. Tack steps up for a double on sight. Scout's not the perfect weapon for this, but Mezzi rounding the corner needs to win this duel cleanly. Does so onto Mattis. One down, just Mezzi on the long side, and no hope for him. Tax had a round there. Quad kill from the stand-in. And makes it just a one-round game.
Okay, well, very strong chance for G2 to tie things up at the half-time again. There'll be another Vitality buy, of course, but it'll be worse. It'll be worse than what you just saw. Which is why I thought it was curious that they went for it, right? They could have gone for light, and then it would have been, I would say, predominantly rifles if they had taken that path. But wanting the challenge, they have had quite a few of these lighter by.
Some pious onto Zywoo. Back-to-back opening kills now for G2 on the CT finish.
Well, a real chance to tie things up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Pius staying active as well. He's been a nuisance running up mid with the orb. He's been great.
Oh,
that was great.
Right.
What?
You tested some bias and you pay the price. Heavy God been spotted on the jiggle. Robs will retreat, knows that there's going to be a grenade coming his way.
Just don't have any territory right now, and two of your biggest playmakers and space takers are in the dirt. So Zywoo and Flamesy, they had huge performances on Inferno. They're just going to have to sit idly by now and see if Mezzi, Apex, and Rops can piece something together. It's a 2-3 split. G2 have got Nerds and Heavy got back over towards B. Standard complexion A. Mattis locks down long. Oh, spotted on the jump there.
Ooh, good shot.
Oh, okay. well, tickled twice. They're not giving you anything.
Not to add.
That was the only thing they gave you. A little bit, a little glimpse. All right, wrap it up, boys, one by one.
Come on.
Sampires times that to perfection. On to Apex. Just relaying, he's here in those short steps. And G2 to collect the dead even half. Wow, the expectation after Vitality clawed themselves out of trouble on Inferno was that this was Vitality's third map to win, or is this going to be the sixth Dust 2 loss for Vitality?
Counter-Strike. You're not beating that. Sorry, it was beautiful. What a song to learn. Go ahead, Google, come back. That was good.
Still completely up for debate in this Vitality G2 matchup. I said it would be their sixth, but no, it would be their fifth loss as a team on Dust 2 if G2 can send them down to the lower bracket. 41-4 as it currently stands. ZywOo not stepping up in the same way he did on Inferno. In fact, the entirety of G2 have managed to keep their form going in that first half. But now they swap to the T side. And Pistols have definitely been going the majority in the favor of G2. And they split them here. Organ to start strong. ZywOo down to the P250. Apex hiding out on Car. He's going to be able to tap the first. Oh, quick onto the second as well. Clotheslines Mattis.
Beautiful shooting there from Apex. Round back on. Boosting.
Okay, this was all part of their plan. Tack's not going to be ready for this. They do get the drop on him, but they don't get the shots. Now Nerds can pincer in. Lovely finish onto Flames. He changes his elevation, finds a nice close on that initial headshot. Some passes P250, finds a second, and Tack leaves with a double kill too.
Okay, 4-2 in the pistol department in this series in favor of G2. They've had the most dominant map of the series so far, and they could have put them away on Inferno. If they do it on Dust 2, hey, it's a legit win. You can't argue with that. It looks like Vitality are going to force buy again, and this hole can get very deep very quickly. So they need to springboard back in with a force buy win right here, right now. Famous for Apex, Scout for Mezzy, pistols for the rest. And Apex, yeah, he's making moves.
It's very aggressive, very much Apex maneuver. Oh, bomb spotted. Some pass nearly lost it there to ZywOo's push. But still, ZywOo going down. That's the clawback kill you were looking for.
Yeah, that's his 9th opening duel he's been involved in. Up to that point, he was 5-3, now 5-4. So, sure, maybe not the most kills, but definitely impact in terms of his opening frags. And can't forget that unfortunate disconnect in that first half as well, where you have to think ZywOo in that position with players pathing through short felt like a gimme. Yeah, so some real frustrations that Vitality will have had the halftime break to try and swat away, but you lose this one, you have to eco, and right now, the bomb around middle, Flamesy reinvestigating long, sure. Apex is playing Joker again, it's just Robs on B. Still don't have a clear indication of the finish with 50 seconds left. Flamesy still pathing forward for space and sees nobody's home. It's short that I'm interested in.
Oh, wow.
They misread the situation completely. Because Robs was solo on B, they've gone, okay, we need to help the weak part of the map, but you didn't even have all the info.
Immediate trade from Mattis.
So they've made a really poor assumption there, right? He has the info, but it means they could have been lower, they could have been upper. Clearly they're up short, right? So, Vitality.
Force buy doesn't work, so what, that's 8 and 9?
Yeah, it's going to have to be the eco into the next. This is very similar scenes to Mirage. I think they did that window jump out on their T side, and then Rops ended up saving just a 5-7 and a HE almost exactly like this. It could have even been on Inferno, but either way, look at the smile on the face there. Solo. Bossman's having a good old time as a 2-round lead soon can become 3. And this is serious now.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're not beating Vitality. That is not happening.
Just right. If ZywOo was a split second earlier, you feel like that's his kill. Let's bomb down. Long Heart got himself a Galil.
3,000 people.
Yeah, but he misread the situation. Yep, I'm assuming he made the call, but
yeah, it's misread. Yada, move on.
All right, some light upgrades. It's on Molly. Make sure they can't scamper into lower. That'll make things a little bit easier for Nerds while he traverses the tunnels. Double nades heard long, only one of them hitting the target, but none of them finding damage. And so, again, mate,
but this
he is forcing the issue a lot with these fights.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's just a little extra ticked off.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. He's warming up. It's part of the script.
It looked like at the moment he handled it well, but...
Yeah. It's like in that F1 movie, you know, he's driving angry.
They haven't won a round since then. And it makes sense in the first half, when we talk about the finances. The pistol to 50-50, the force, maybe you could say 65-35.
Yeah.
Now the eco, you're really up against it.
Ooh, missed opportunity for Mezzy. They've lost the sight. Likely to lose this one here. Mattis lying in wait for the lower activation. Combines with Heavy God up top mid, and it's flawless. Apex can't even put a blemish on the record. A flying Mac-10 finishes it off. 5 alive. Smiles creeping onto the face of G2. 4 away from not only securing playoffs, but sending Vitality to the lowers.
It is wild. If obviously order of games matters here, but the first team to lock themselves in the playoffs didn't think it would be G2.
No.
So they're not far away now.
Also, it wasn't even on the tip of my tongue when you look at the names and you look at the slots.
But when you think stand-in,
yeah,
you think no chance.
Absolutely. I thought the caveat was massive, but apparently things are flowing pretty damn nicely. Sampayah's calling the shots.
Look at this call, though. Look, there's nobody tunnels. They are likely just to do a snake walk up cat into an A eruption.
I love it when we see this call. I've seen it from foot a lot. Krebeni likes to call it too.
I think you just have so much freedom right now with the way that you can maneuver if you're G2. You're going to catch Apex off guard, and he's just going to be spitting chips here.
Yeah.
But look how quick this is. Minute 20, eruption. Here they come. Bang. You've had nothing else on the map.
Be one hell of a HE. Nice shot from ZywOo. Finds himself in the opening department. This time a kill. Apex will activate. Only the one on the spray. Good from Tak, despite the flashbang, finding the headshot necessary.
Playing retake. Bomb will go down. No kit.
No kit.
Oh, that is a big problem. 10-second defuse. Condemned. You've got to be making moves here.
Another CT smoke. It hasn't channeled them to short. They're still going to play through CT spawn.
Yeah, and Sampayah only has a Mag 10 to work his magic. Mezzi's going to use that second smoke from Robs to maneuver forward. Sampayah, though, cleared. Nice merge from the smoke on Mezzi. Robs hits his shots and Vitality. A team ace. No kit, no problem.
That was class there, the way they approached that. It's a very, very stressful situation.
How?
CT spawn.
Yeah, and Sampayah only has a Mag 10 to work his magic. Mezzi's going to use that second smoke from Robs to maneuver forward. Sampayah, though, cleared. Nice merge from the smoke on Mezzi. Robs hits his shots and Vitality.
Won that.
And the whole team, as you mentioned, piece it together to make it possible. But that was a bit of a bonus. Still a 2-round gap to close down. G2 more than enough money to splash. Sampayah will get boosted suicide.
I don't think he even saw them. I might be wrong.
Oh, this looks like they want to go off the last of the molly. Mattis makes a step. Robs locked in. As he called upon. Quick headshot from Mr. Cool. A second
Drawn a rotation.
to Nerds. They know where Mezzi is.
Through a big rotation. 2 players started cheating over there. Thought it was full B commit. Out of position right now, but they'll get back in time.
Yeah, the bomb's in tons. Back of Tak.
Yep, they're back. Told you we're not losing a G2.
Sampayah's already with his eye to the scope, starting to probe middle.
At least a mid to B gives you a 3v2 in theory.
That's if Apex doesn't get anything on his smoke spams.
Yeah, and he has a HE to break.
Yeah, do you have double smoke? You do.
I don't think you're gonna smoke.
Invest it, though. You'd like one for the post plant. Okay. Here comes that HE break. Oh no, first an incendiary. So Heavy God's going to be completely isolated from the bunch. He's pushing forward, though. This is further than Robs is ready for. Yeah, I think so. Heavy damage onto the other two. Heavy God. Oh, quick adjustment. Knows where Robs is as well. Double from Heavy God. And they can go through tunnels. They've managed to pull this right back.
They've still got that Sampayah smoke as well for doors.
Throws it out. Smoked off. Maybe ahead of the plume. Throws his own that enables progression. Sampayah in the tunnels.
Playing forward.
Tak's got to get that bomb down. He's got to win this fight first. Apex, disruptive force, charges forward towards the bricks position. And a nice elevated angle from Flames. Yeah, on the barrel. Can spot Heavy God over. He's got to win this fight first. Apex, disruptive force, charges forward towards the bricks position. And a nice elevated angle from Flames. Yeah,
Robs crossing towards B.
Really
so if you're wondering where half his HP went, that's it.
Kind of
but it's going to be a Deagle, Galil, the Scout, and another one of the Deagles, as mentioned. It's just going to be Heavy God down to a Glock.
Matt is.
So still a chance to try and make something happen here.
Another one of these quick short plays, perhaps. Sampayah's going to be clearing angles with that Scout.
Yeah, you're not nothing close. Scout low, bro.
This is the problem with going short, and the way you have it right now. This is, I don't want to call it a hopeless round for G2, but this is an extremely tough round. Right? You have one smoke. Maybe you have to try and utilize a run boost alongside of this smoke to make this happen.
Right, so
you're relying on ZywOo missing.
This is the smoke that plumes downwards as well, so it opens up the vulnerability for a drop, currently being acknowledged by Apex. Or a boost over the top is a little avant-garde. I like the idea.
Apex will have heard the Scout.
And here's the drop. Mezzi will find him comfortably. and just meat grinded. G2 sausages on the menu.
All right, that was the eco. Now the guns come back out.
That was 6 and 4.
A little bit touch and go. You got around 4K, so going to be lighter on the U-tilt.
Is that Bossman calling that?
Yeah,
one?
last one for G2. Now this one isn't to discuss necessarily. Wow, it is. You need to work out exactly what U-tilt is available. You can look at the spawns, or at least we can. They have some good ones for long. Mattis, Sampaius, Heavy God. If they wanted to try something a little bit more pacey, they can. Sampaius is able to get out the AWP. It will be rifles for the rest. Heavy God's come in with a Galil. Going to focus on making sure he gets all the U-tilt over the firepower.
XTQ. Let's practice that.
That was a flawless round that helps Vitality build at least another buy or two.
100K.
So last opportunity for Sword to call that. Sampaius is looking like he is either just going to take the pick or get boosted in suicide.
Look like.
Well, at least he was. There we go.
That's a scout, right? Yeah, I can't anyone with a scout move, bro.
So he's making no secret of this presence either. Just very loud will have been heard there. So they know that he's up close, pressed towards the doors. Are you kidding me?
Did he see? A just tiny flash of pixels. He's enough to track Nerds on the jump across.
It's just how far he was across.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, well, Nerds, 3 HP remains after Zywoo is struck.
They don't know what to do anymore.
Oh, Tack spotted him. Knows Zywoo's position. Avoids the smoke break and dips back to short.
Well, they're hoping for the mid to be.
Yeah, Mezzi's going to be in a crossfire with Apex that they have to break. Mattis spotted. Mezzi swings in, unable to win the duel.
Not enough.
At least able to trade. His position known towards the window, and Nerds on that low HP from Zywoo's orb.
Oh my god,
Oh,
what?
Apex just goes running! Another misread from Mattis Claire.
Nice, nice.
Robs onto the low HP Nerds. A nice angle from Flamesy, but not enough. Tack has got the awareness to clear it. And Zywoo hoping and praying he can hit this shot on the cross. Now Smoked reveals his whereabouts. Heavy God already securing the round. Just by being able to be pushed out of that window ensures it's not going his way.
All right, so we're hoping to save, and maybe. That came very, very quickly.
Did.
Give it a look now.
There's an AK in the floor as well.
Jump again, I dare ya.
Jump again, I did.
Holding on to the Molotov as long as he can. Zywoo will have a look. Sampaius active on the door line.
Imagine
I know,
Zywoo
he's
hits
giving it a look.
surprise.
He's hoping they start leaving, but he's not getting what he wanted. Last second probe from Zywoo, and Sampaius, his patience is rewarded. 3 kills from Sampaius on the sniper.
They're having a good map.
Frag deep, yep.
He's having a very good map. He's having to pick up the reins here of being the in-game leader with Hunter not in attendance, and doing a very good job in the frag department on the third and decider of this one.
What a shot.
And it hasn't really affected his fragging output. That's what's extra impressive.
That one is going to feel tough, right? We saw Zywoo get that tag, and that just, yeah. Okay, well, 1 round gap short. It just feels like it's not the same old Vitality in terms of having their finger on the pulse and the read of the situation all the time. That's what made them so dominant recently. They never were getting caught off guard. And that's where this game is them having to dig deep again and having to pull out some of these more individual heroics. So late long pop, flashes lined up.
Flamesy's anti. No. Oh, has vision. Still can't find any.
Oh my god, how?
2.
Alright, Zywoo.
Zywoo's trapped on car. There's no way he gets more than 1 here. He'd have to do something crazy. Pops up to the USP. He's got so many players looking at him. Okay, now he's dead. No way he can pull the trigger again. Forced to caught on the bolt. Tack spams through for 2.
It's huge, 11 rounds.
11
What?
locked in.
Yeah, and money's not great over there. Vitality, because of their winning ways, right? It's only 1,900 into the next. This is almost it. I know we were here on Inferno, but we're here again on Dust 2. The fact it's been a blowout in the favor of G2, and now 2 maps that are back-to-back, and they're damn close. I'm just going to have to do his very best to hold on to this.
Yeah.
3 CT rounds, all they have to boast.
But again, it returns to that point I was just making. They're not ahead of the play. They were making a move. They had an idea of what the situation was. Apex was coming over, but they get caught off guard. Oh, now Robs has been noted. They know exactly where he's off to. There's no chance he can get that defuse in now as he darts away. Sampaius hits this. Robs won't.
Yeah.
Oh, spam the doors. Why not?
Oh, he's not far off. Robs tugs into the safety of the nook.
Okay, I think you have to take a timeout if you're X-Taz here. You have to take a timeout right now. I don't think there's any other option. So this is it. You come out long. Great work from Mattis. Another one of these multis.
Bro, how did he get a double? No trade. That is disgusting.
And this is it. They're just behind the time. That's 2 rounds where they, the players are in the right places, but not perfect to be able to stunt them before they're coming out the doors. So X-Taz calls this. As mentioned, it was 1900 coming into this. It's 2400 going into the next. So your choice was take the eco behind the saved M4, give them 12, play for overtime. They don't want to play for overtime. They want to get this done in regulation. So 2 MP9s, 1 for Flamesy, 1 for Messi. M4's on the other 3. Playoffs on the line. Forget about the streak, forget about the consecutive maps, forget about all of that.
Slipped off the head. Not going to find anything on the cross. It's Sampaius.
Goes by.
Haven't used a single smoke on the CT side to block you at all. Not a single smoke. They didn't smoke long doors out the gates. They haven't blocked B with a smoke. Their strain right now on the U2 is crazy, but because it's been quite pack heavy, I think you want to try and constrict them as much as you can here in the early stages. Messi going to be hearing all of this close mid doors. Leaves a lot of pressure on Rops over towards B, the man who saved in the previous. Exchange of smokes over towards short. Mid to B lands 2. Now Rops blocks B. Tense, they're hoping for a reaction from the CTs.
Doesn't get what he was looking for. Apex shows restraint. 48 for the finish. Mattis lining up the smoke, or actually no, we're going to be donating nades.
So Apex blocks mid, Zawu blocks short simultaneously. They have to go through one of these. And now they're pivoting back towards B, which is the only man on the site.
Oh, and Messi's going to be super low, like far away.
Apex is trying to get across. How good was he smoked? Is there a gap over the top? There is.
He's on his way.
20 seconds.
Messi baited in nicely by Apex's spray. Tack overlooked the deep corner. Still pressure on. Robs relays. Apex in the right place. Perfect headshot provided. Robs does well. Apex revealed. Still got a lot of work to do. Sampaius doesn't hit the shot. Nerds does, though. And no time for him to win this one. Forced to run away. Flamesy wants the upgrade, so he's going to hunt him down. An MP9 jumping around the corner and a perfect headshot from Nerds.
Okay, very important save there for Nerds. He can drop an AK right now if they want to keep the pressure on with the buys. Sampaius can buy himself. Nerds can drop 1. He can still get U2. Madison Tack can operate on something a little bit less. Still the ability to have a pretty strong buy. And that's a tense round for Vitality. This is a round where they hold on to all their smokes out the gates. There's no pace to that. It comes in very late. This time Apex does get the read. He is in the right place. Financial conversation, just like Inferno, will continue down the stretch, but this time the teams aren't broken with their buys. Not yet anyway. Next round will be the real case to make.
Yeah, this match is probably the most intense Vitality's had in a long time.
They really have been forcing Vitality to dig deep in this.
Oh my god.
Nice damage. Connects onto 3 members of G2. Significant damage onto Sampaius.
Now he's got the reads. Right now, if it is this mid to B finish, which is not a guarantee just yet, Apex has cheated over here once more. This time much earlier in the round and with less information. Sampaius up Cat Shaw alongside of Mattis. They flash forward, they clear it out, nobody's home. Again, the restraint on the util. But they're sticking to their guns right now, Vitality, staying this 3B.
Oh, Messi. He's going to be that first contact point. He does very well. A
Double.
2K on the spray.
Yeah, that's over.
And number 3. 3 as well. Mezzi tracks the swing of Nerds, finally brought down by Heavy God, but what does it cost them? Rob's one and done.
Apex has won the round.
Just by gambling that third man. Heavy God. He's still checking for the potential Joker. Plans behind the box as well.
Oh dear, hold up.
Yeah, hang on. Apex uncrouches, hang on indeed. Gonna throw the HE, gonna soften up Apex. Uncrouch at your own risk. Nails the headshot, is this real? No way he gets that close.
Jeez.
God, what a beast.
Oh, mate.
Even considered the Joker, landed safe from the Joker, and then found the kill.
Look, he's done a lot of damage there. He's definitely stressed Apex the hell out. This was great from Mezzi, sure. But that financial conversation now goes the other way. I think you played for overtime. All right, G2, they're as stubborn as Vitality.
Woof.
Heavy God with the plant and the kills, giving himself enough to get out an AK. The rest of them down to Tech9, to Deagle for TAC. Heavy God's looking over having a conversation. Statue and Spawn right now, I guess they were still just working out the details of this. Remember, G2 didn't have any other timeouts to take. Vitality aren't giving them one either.
Yeah, Apex does seem to have finally found his finger on the pulse of the calling patterns.
I think you could do it again. Try and... Oh, and he's doing it again too. Okay, I was going to say, if I'm G2, I think there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
And if you are going to try A, Flamesy and Saiwu await, completely disconnected from the 3 on B.
Okay, they're making that look like a really limp fake to bait out U2. Flamesy's still got Smoke, Molly, HE. Okay, the second wave, that buys the U2. That forces it out, and now they're going to explode. But I think it's going to be dropping into Spawn. It's still a B split.
Okay, you're right, yeah. Nerds breaks his legs, drops into CT. Mezzi readies himself for battle. Apex's gamble looking to be rewarded. Mezzi needs something, though. Tech9's running in. Robson, Mezzi, and engaged. Lovely spray. 3 in the feed from Merriman.
Yep, GG's
And
again.
12 found first by Vitality.
And 2,400 into the final round of regulation for G2.
Crazy. I can't quite believe it's still looking like a Vitality finish. I mean, seriously.
This is the closest it's been for Vitality for some time. They just one more round away, and again, the buy is only going to be with a 2,400. The bomb doesn't go down here. They've gone mid to be again, and it's no surprise that when you are using Sampayas to be your in-game leader, you've got no timeouts left, you've got a stand-in from the academy team, that your strat book starts to look a little bit thin.
Yeah.
Against the world #1, of course, but the fact you have put them through their paces right here, right now, you've taken away the 24 consecutive maps. I don't think you're taking away what is about to become 18 consecutive series. This is to secure Vitality in the playoff in pursuit of the gold bars. Did it in Melbourne
Never can get too comfortable.
almost a year ago. Looking to do it in Rio to become the first to ever do the double. Conversation being who's going to stop them, who's going to get in their way. G2 was not one towards the top of that list.
But they put up
a very strong show, and it's going to be a B-pop for the finish, and Apex has gambled here again.
He's just hands on.
He doesn't have to do anything, mate.
Yep, just hanging out, checking his teammates. Here they come.
Molly missed.
Molly missed, drops in. No, a little bit of a spread, still has vision, still nails the headshots, and it comes crumbling down for G2. Vitality truly put through their paces. G2 with a stand-in. Had golden opportunity to take him down. Heavy God putting in a solid shift here. Goes down to the Deagle of Saiwu, and Vitality prevail. You can see that, a genuine sigh of relief on Apex there. Didn't return the favor to Nerds, raising the roof and raising his voice on Mirage, and they fight tooth and nail back into the series.
They were so close. They earned that one, didn't they? This series, there it is. The game well over. It was 13, now 14 straight Dust 2s for Vitality. 18 consecutive series wins. And Apex finds his voice. That was an entertaining game from start to finish. Seeing the world #1 put through their paces.
Truly. I mean, so many good plays from the individuals. TAC as well, hanging out with the big boys.
I'm interested to see this interaction here. Oh, okay. And there it is. Okay, well, all in all, an entertaining way to kick off today. That is just the first best of 3 for the A stream. We're locking teams in for the playoffs of IEM Rio today. Sure, there's seeding matches to come, but that was Vitality. You can't say they were on their A game, but you can say that G2 brought the fire. They pushed them, they tested them, and a couple of nightmares for Apex in this one.
What is Messi doing? BDD Messi. B1B. B1 it. B Skibidi. B2 Skibidi. Vitality.
Against all the odds, Vitality finally managed to get it over the line. Apex, you're breathing a sigh of relief. I can see it on your face.